helping you. This session is to help you for preparing you for UG entrance, which is conducted first time in India by IIM Bangalore. For which program? For BSc Data Sciences as well as BSc Economics. Okay, so let's get going. Let us do the first. See, in this session, we actually take questions, and from questions only, we go ahead and you know understand, revise, reaffirm our concepts of that particular topic, and why we are doing functions and what are the subtopics in function which we are doing, because we think it is very likely that you will get question, one or two questions from this particular topic. So let's get going. First concept over here, which this question is trying to ask you, is about whether function is injective, surjective. तो कैसे चेक करोगे इंजेक्टिव है, सब्जेक्टिव है, या इंजेक्टिव नहीं है, सब्जेक्टिव नहीं है? How will we find out? Right. So if you remember, to check whether function is surjective or not, or injective or not, what do? The first step is, if you remember it correctly, checking for injectivity. How do we check for injectivity? Injectivity मतलब कि function 1 1 है या नहीं है, whether the function is 1 1 or not. So check for injectivity. What is the check for injectivity? It is simple. We take two values of x1 and x2, which is belonging to domain, and domain over here is A. So we are taking two values of x1 and x2 which are not positive integer, and we will put fx1 is equal to fx2. If we do that, then we will get what? 2x1 upon x1 minus 1. This will be equal to 2x2 upon x2 minus 1. From here, if we solve, we will get x1 is equal to x2 as only solution. Hence, this implies what? Function is injective. फंक्शन इज इंजेक्टिव. सो पहली चीज तो पता चल गई कि फंक्शन इंजेक्टिव है. अब वी हैव टू चेक अबाउट सब्जेक्टिविटी. सो दिस इज आवर फर्स्ट स्टेप, which is checking about injectivity. How do we check whether the function is surjective, that is onto है या नहीं है? Check for surjectivity. अब surjectivity में क्या होता है? What actually is surjectivity? Surjectivity, we need to know to comment upon this subjective. We need to know two things, which is first of all range, and secondly codomain. Is in this also we are 100% sure that codomain, which is here, which will be given most of the time in our questions, codomain here is real number. What about range? If range is, and this is a part in which I'm just trying to help you revise. If range is a subset of codomain, if range is a subset of codomain, we say function is not surjective. Function is not surjective. या into function है. If range is equal to codomain, so this is the first one. If range is equal to codomain, means range as a set have the same element which are there in codomain, and codomain also have the same elements which are there in range, then we will say function is surjective. तो ये तो हमें पता चल गया. The revision is also over about surjectivity. Now the question is, how will I find out? Now see, look at this particular function fx. I can write this function as 2 into x minus 2 plus 2 upon x minus 1. Basically, I'm trying to do a little bit of manipulation, so this function becomes slightly more clear to me. 2 upon x minus 1. As we know that x cannot have any value, from here if you see, x is not equal to 1, and further fx can never be equal to 2. That means whatever happens, range does not have 2 as a value. If does not have 2 as a value, then that means range of fx, range of function f, range of f is a subset of real number. So function is not surjective. So function is not subjective. So what is our overall analysis in this case? Simple. Function is injective and function is not surjective. So first option, injective but not subjective, is a correct option. Let me see how many students are there and who are currently seeing this session of mine and also talking to me. So I hope this is clear to you. Now let's go to the next question. Next question is about asking domain. So what is domain? Again, we will understand the concept first. Domain of definition. So what is domain of definition? Domain of definition of a function means values of x, because we are talking about real function. Value or value set of x for which f of x is real and defined. F of x is real and defined. Please note it down. What is domain of definition of a real function? Of a real function. A real function has a domain which has values of x which is real and defined. Okay. So what do we have over here? Fx is equal to 1 by 4 minus x square. Now 4 minus x square cannot be equal to 0. What will happen if it is 0? Function will become undefined. So this cannot be equal to 0. Second thing, x cube minus x has to be greater than 0. Why? Because log of negative number and 0 is not real. Okay, so from here I'll get what? X square is not equal to 4. That means x cannot be equal to 2, as well as x cannot be equal to minus 2. From here we get x into x square minus 1 greater than 0. This means what? I have terms now x minus 1, x plus 1, x and x minus 1 greater than 0. So values of x which are not these, as well as values of x which satisfy this inequality. So how do we now go ahead? How do we resolve this inequality? It's simple. Most of you will be aware. It will be just a case of revision for you, who will draw a number line minus infinity to plus infinity. We will mark the corresponding zeros. That is, for this particular term, 0 is minus 1, because for x is equal to minus 1, this entire expression will become 0. The other one is x equal to 0, and the last one is x equal to 1. If I write like this, and then the highest value of x which is there, these are all values of x. Highest value of x over here is plus 1. Beyond this, if I take any value of x, then all this particular expression, let's take 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 into 2. 2 into 1. This is 6. 6 is greater than 0. That is why plus. Plus matlab, the expression is greater than 0. As soon as 0 comes, the function will, the expression will change its sign. It will become negative here. Over here, again it is plus. Why? Because we have again encountered a 0. Again encountered a 0. This will become negative. Why it is happening? Because let us say, if I have taken a value between 0 and 1, if I take the value between 0 and 1, then x is positive, x plus 1 is positive, but x minus 1 will be negative. So positive into positive into negative, positive into positive into negative will be negative. That is why this value is negative over here. Whose value is negative? Value of x cube minus x is negative when x is between 0 and 1. That is how we do. Most of you will be knowing this. Now let us combine this result. This is the first result and I'll write this result in black. X is between minus 1 to 0, or x is greater than 1. So what do we have? We have first term minus 1 to 0. So this is either A or B. इन दोनों में से कोई एक ऑप्शन सही होगा. So first of all minus 1 to 0 and union. Then x is greater than 1. So 1 greater than 1, greater than 1 मतलब 1 to infinity. लेकिन 2 is not there. There is no 2 over here. So this will be 1 to 2 union 2 to infinity. So our final answer is B. Hopefully it is correct. Let me see. Yes, this makes sense. This is a correct answer. Very good. Excellent. Let us go and do the next question. See, idea is basically simple, very, very simple. What is that? That we will do the question, revise the concepts. Two concepts which we have revised currently, injectivity and surjectivity, classification of function based on that. And secondly, how do we find out domain? Now let's see the next question. Next question is in front of us. Oh, domain, then it is saying range. So how do we find range? See, all injectivity, subjectivity, domain, range, which you have studied in class 11, 12, be sure of these topics. You will get one odd questions from here. Now to do this question, the regular method, I'll tell you two kinds of method, regular method and the method which you can use in entrance, which is more efficient. This is a regular method. First, let's do a regular method in this. What does this regular method says? Put fx is equal to y and write y is equal to 1 plus x square. Now multiply, this will become y plus yx square is equal to x. So simple. Then you can write a quadratic equation in x taking y as a constant minus x plus y equal to 0. From here, if x is a real, for x is a real, discriminant has to be greater than or equal to 0. So what we'll have? 1 minus 4 y square greater than or equal to 0. Or for that matter, y square minus 1 by 4 is less than equal to 0. So y minus 1 by 2 into y plus 1 by 2 will be less than equal to 0. If this is the case, now again draw that number line. This is a regular method, will take certain amount of time. I'll tell you a method which is a efficient, more efficient method than this. Right? Ab now simple same funda, plus minus 0 aa gaya, so minus, there is again fx ki value 0, so again this fx will change its sign, it will become plus. So we have from here value is from minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2. My answer is minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2. Now let me tell you how I would have solved this problem via a more efficient method. You can call it a jugaad method. What is more efficient method in this? It is so simple. Just compute from here f0. What is f0? Is equal to 0. And compute f1. f1 is what? 1 by 2. Now see, this particular value does not allow for 0, so this cannot be answered. This cannot, it does not allow for 0, this cannot be answered. This does not allow for 0, this cannot be answered. So B has to be the answer. It is so simple, so fast, so cool to do it if options has been given by examination setter to us as a gift. We should use that gift and move on. Hopefully you would have got this second method and appreciated it. Right? So now we have done three concepts: injectivity, surjectivity, domain, and range. Let us now come to a type of questions which is called functional equation types. It looks like that. It is an equation in which functions are written. You have to put a little bit of, a jugglery in this. What kind of jugglery? Just look at this question. F of x plus xy is given to you as fx plus fxy. Wow. Now, from here, if I put x equal to 1, what will happen? This will become 1 plus y, this will become 1, and this will become, very good. And let y be y only. Okay? Let y be y only. सही है? So x is equal to 1. If I put in this, I'll get f 1 plus y is equal to, what is the funda? Why am I doing it? I want to find either fy or fx. Whichever I find, I don't care. Now let us put y equal to 1 here. So what will happen? This will become f2 is equal to f1 plus f1. Not bad. School 2 times f of 1. Let us see whether the trend follows. Let us try to find out y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 2. Let's put. So f3 is equal to f1. I'm putting y is equal to in this, right? And similarly y is equal to 1. I had put earlier in this. F2. What is f2 is equal to 2f1? So this has become 3f1. Oh my god. So 3 and 3. That's how it is following. Koi baat nahi hai. So f2024 will become equal to 2024 into f1. So then, no, I have got this value over here. 2024 has key value. This is 2024. So f of 1 will be equal to 1. If f of 1 is equal to 1, now my problem is done. Problem is solved. Now I can write f of 2025. This is a different question which has appeared in IPMAT. There they were saying f2023 is equal to 1. That is why you're getting fractional value. It is not the same question. So please listen it carefully. This is f1 into 2025 and the answer is 2025. So what is my correct answer? 2025. Understood? Right? So what is the funda over here? Whenever you have this kind of functional equation, try to put x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1. Try to get a hang on f of x ka definition. That is the crux of it. The crux of it is very, very simple. Put x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1. Get a hang on how and this function fx is defined for us. Great, guys. Now let's move ahead. Go to the next part, which is this question. Take some time. Similar concept. N greater than 1, which is the integer which you have in mind. I have 2. I'll put f2, 3 into 2, minus f into 2 minus 1, which is equal to f1. So this value is 5. So what do we have? f2 is equal to 5. Similarly, put 3. So this will be 9. 9 minus 5. This is equal to 4. Already we have f of 1 is equal to 1. So we have, oh my god, there's no sequence turning out. 1, 5, 4. अब क्या करेंगे? कोई बात नहीं, एक और कंप्यूट करेंगे. This will be 12 minus 4 is equal to 8. Now, could be two sequences like this interspersed. Okay, this f5 will clear my hypothesis whether it is true or not. 15 minus 8 is 7. So my hypothesis has been proven right, that this f1 is equal to 1, f3 is equal to 4, and f5 is equal to 7. And what is that? I have to find out f2023. 2023 is odd, so it will be in the sequence only. So this is first term, this is second term, this is third term, and this I don't know, question mark. So let's say this is nth term. Oh, okay. So now this is a 147 is a arithmetic progression. So an is equal to first term plus number of terms n minus 1 into 3. Right? Correct. But this n I do not know. So I cannot simply comment because this n is not known to me. n निकालने का कोई तो तरीका है क्या तरीका है देखते हैं. 2023, this sequence, let's follow this 1 3 5 2023. So 2023 1352023 is also an AP, in which I have assumed there are how many terms? N terms. Wonderful. First term is 1, common difference is 2, n minus 1 into 2. So what do we get? 2022 by 2 is equal to n minus 1. So n is equal to 1012. This is 1012. n is equal to 1012. Wonderful. अब ये क्वेश्चन हो जाएगा. So this an, which is nothing but f2023, आ गया जी पकड़ में क्वेश्चन. Now I have got this 1 plus 1012 minus 1 into 3, which is equal to 3034. Right? So this is our answer, which is in front of us. Understood? So just put the values. These are simple questions. These are not very, very difficult ones. Okay? Right. Shivansh Bhatt. Sir, did not get the second method. You are talking about earlier question, Shivansh. This range wala question. Shivansh, are you talking about the range wala question, Shivanshi Bhatt? Am I getting your name correct? Shivanshi, are you still there in the conversation? Is the second method of this range which you're talking about? Okay, I'll explain it again. Uh, uh, I have just used the options, right? This 1 by 2, 1 by 2, there is 0 between minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Here it is not there. Here also 0 is excluded, and option D 0 is also excluded. So I just put x is equal to 0 and found f0 is equal to 0. Out of 3 options, 0 is excluded. Only in one option 0 is there. So that is my answer. That is how I have creatively used options and the definition of function to answer without doing the regular computation. Is it clear now? Okay, let us go to next part of our this thing, which is modulus function. So in this question, please remember wherever you have a modulus x, right, it actually means x into plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 0. Equal to 0 is trivial, you can ignore it, or you can write here also or here also, whatever choice you have. Minus 1 into x. So this is 2-in-1 function. Please remember always whatever is written inside the x, when it is positive, I'll multiply this entire inside the vertical 2 lines, the entire stuff which is written there with plus 1. And the other, when it is less than 0. So let me give one more example and we'll talk about this question. Let's say x minus 1 is given. This has two values. One value is when x minus 1 is less than 0, and the other value is when x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Can you guess? Plus 1 I'll multiply in x minus 1, and minus 1 I'll multiply in x minus 1. So I'll get this function as basically two functions rolled up into one function. X, when it is less than 1, it is 1 minus x, and when x is greater than 1, acha dekho how it has come from here, how it has come from here, this has come from here. So of course this is x minus 1. Okay, right? So this is our first revision of the concept. Let us try to do this question which is here. Mod 3x plus 7 mod x is less than equal to 60. So this will become 3 mod x plus 7 mod x less than 60. This is 10 mod x less than 60. So this is mod x less than equal to 6. So x will be, if mod x is greater than 6, please note, please remember these two identity always. Mod x is less than a or less than equal to z, a will always mean bachon x is greater than minus a and x is greater than plus a. This identity. Please complete your notes, box it. This is the first one. I'll write the second one with a black color, or let me use the blue color. This black has been used many times. The second one identity which you have to remember, if mod x is greater than or equal to a, this is only possible when x is greater than a or x is less than minus a. Please box this also in elliptical box. So these two has to be clear. From here now my concept is okay. I know this. I can simply write x is between minus 6 to 6 and mark this answer and move ahead. Understood? Uh, Hopefully, Shivanshi, you have got this question correct. Modulus question. Is it clear? Okay, let me go ahead and move to this question, which is here. This is a slightly difficult question, but not so difficult also. From here, this 2x minus 1, if you're finding it very difficult to understand, put this is equal to t. So this will become t minus 7 less than 5, where t is equal to what? T is equal to mod of 2x minus 90. Okay. Please see it carefully. T minus 7 is between 5 and minus 5. Now the things are getting interesting. So T will be between 12. How 12? The 7 has come here and here 2. So T is between 2 to 12. Did you get this? How this is come here? Let me rewrite this so that you do not miss 7 plus 5 and here minus 5 plus 7. That is how we come to this part. So now what do we have? We have 2x minus 19, which is between 12 to 2. Now this can be solved now in two parts, part 1 and then part 2. Let us solve first part, which is 2x minus 9 is greater than 2. And here mod of 2x minus 9 is less than 2. Slightly complex. But it is a 2 minutes per question. So you might get sometimes a slight bit of complexity or a lengthier kind of question. See, I made a mistake. I put 9 rather than 19. Okay, I have corrected my mistake. 2x minus 19 is between 12 to minus 7. So this will become 2x, or is it 19? Correct. So 19, this will become 31 over here. And what do we have here? We have 19 will come here. 19 minus 7, this is 12. So this x is between 31 by 2 to 6. Similarly, let's solve here. 2x minus 19 is what the same funda which I have told you in last unit, this one, right? I'm using both of these boxes. The first box I've used, the second blue box I'm using here. 2x minus 19 is greater than 2, or 2x minus 19 is less than minus 2. From here, I get 2x is less than 17, or x is less than 17 by 2. And from here, I get 2x is greater than 21, x is greater than 21 by 2. So what do we have? This has to be satisfied and this has to be satisfied. A reason where I have both set of values common of, yeah, intersection of both of these set of values. So what do we have here? X is from 17 by 2. 17 by 2 is how much? 8.5. 31 by 2, 31 is how much? 31 by 2 is how much? Oh, here I think this is minus 12. Let me make a correction. This is 7. 7. So this is 7 by 2. So 15.5 to 3.5. So what is the range currently I have? 3.5 to 8.5, and the second range is, this is 10.5 kids, 10.5 to 15.5. X is from 10.5 to 15.5. Now this is a no brainer. You can of course do your sums. You can write 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and from here accordingly 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So here how many values I have? X is equal to 10, 11, 12, 13, uh, 10 is not there, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. How many values? 5 values. From here we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 values. So we have 5 plus 5, 10 as an answer. So if you get this kind of a question, you should always do when all the other questions you would have completed, right? And this is the only question which is remaining. Otherwise, it will suck up your time because it has a nested mod in this, right? Now, the last part in this, yes, 15.5, Danger Gaming, what's your name? I have to find out how many integers value. Have you got the same, the sum? Danger Gaming 1294. So what's your name? In the meantime, you're giving me the answer. Let me go to the next concept and a question. Here I'm going to tell you a wonderful, wonderful concept which can save a lot of time for you. It is a concept which is very cool. Suppose I have only one mod x. The graph of mod x will be like this. Please listen to this concept for a minute or so. If you have x minus 1, how will the graph look like? This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis or fx, right kids? This is fx is equal to mod x, this is fx is equal to x minus 1. So here I do a simple trick. When x is equal to 1, this value is equal to 0. So my 0 is not here, but it's shifted 1 point here. And the same graph I will draw. This is my mod x minus 1 graph. Is it clear? Hopefully, yes. Now, we have seen one thing. If we have x minus 1, that is only one term. Only one mod is there. Then it is having a minima. Minima at x is equal to 1. This is minimum value. And if I have now fx is equal to, let's say, mod x plus mod x minus 1. What are the values here? Odd. If there are odd terms of mod which are multiplied, I will get one minima, a funnel, conical kind of a shape. But if I have two mods added, and this is a wonderful shortcut. If you have this will become, the curve will be, let me do some basic maths for you, and then we will go further. If x is less than 0, then it will be 1 minus, this is 1 minus x minus x. And if x is between 0 and 1, then value will be 1 only. And if x is greater than or equal to 1, value will be 2x minus 1. That is x plus x minus 1. If I have to, make you understand completely. So this is 1 minus 2x, and this is 1, and this is 2x minus 1. Kab beta lo? When x is less than 0, when x is between 0 and 1, and when x is greater than or equal to 1. Now for this, if I have to draw a graph, let me create a little bit space for myself. If I have to draw a graph for this particular function, I will draw in blue. If I draw this graph, this is the only thing which I'll tell you, and then we will finish off our session. If I draw a graph of this, it will look like this. How it will look like? 0 to 1. 0 to 1, it has only one value. 0 to 1. What is the value 0 to 1 it is having? I will draw this graph in red color. This value is 1. So x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, fx is equal to 1, x is equal to 0.5, fx is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, fx is equal to 1. So what is the funda over here, kid? 0 to 1, whatever be the value of x, I will get fx is equal to same value, which is 1. And beyond this, it will be 2x minus 1, and here it will be 1 minus 2x. So what is the shape? It is a bucket shape. कैसा shape है? Bucket shape. And where the bottoms of bucket, x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. And this entire value set has a minimum value. This is called bucket. When bucket will come? When even mods are added. When even mods are added. And when will you have cone shape, funnel shape? You will have funnel shape when odd number of mods are added. Only thing of concern is this: x ka coefficient has to be equal to 1. This is the concept. If this concept is clear, Pranav and Shivanshi, if this concept is clear, कि even mods are getting added, we will get a bucket shape, and odd mods are getting added, we will get a cone shape. If this concept is clear, then all questions of mod which is at your level can be solved very easily. Let me rub out this so that I can now apply this concept. I will rewrite again. Odd number of mods are added. Please note, I am talking about only adding, not subtracting. If odd number of mods are added and x coefficient is 1, and if even number of mods are getting added, in one case, in case of even, I get a bucket shape. In case of odd number of mod, I'll get cone. So what do you remember? What should you remember? Concept you should remember: odd meaning cone, even meaning bucket. So this is our jugaad, yeah, efficient method. We have that matter x is less than 2, 2 to 8, वगैरह वगैरह. No, here even. Wow, simple. Even मतलब bucket shaped. कहाँ पे bucket बनेगी? X is equal to 2 and x is equal to 8. This is a bucket shape. So what is the minimum value? Minimum value will be between 2 to 8. How much will that value be? Let us compute this. Let us put x is equal to 2. It will be 0 plus mod of minus x. Well, wow. This is fx is equal to 6. Means answer is 2 to 8. It is so simple. And this is a question which has come in comparative exams like IPMAT, like so on and so forth, and it can be done just by looking at it. So if there is a even mods are adding, bucket shape is adding, simple. Minimum value will be at this point, make a bucket. Fortunately, in this case, they have asked where fx will be equal to 6. It will be at x equal to 2, x equal to 8, and all the values between 2 to 8. Whether you put 3, if you put 3, 1 plus 5. If you put 4, 2 plus 4, you will get 6. So answer is 2 to 8. But by doing this graph, remembering this jugaad, we can just crack this question within 15 seconds. Next question, which is here, which could be the last question of our mod section over here, right? Function ka. Now just look at it. How easy this question is and how much time we could have wasted had we not known this method. Mod 3 minus is mod x minus 3. This is x plus 2. This is x minus 5. How many mods are added? 3. 3 is what? Odd. 1 mod, 2 mod, 3 mod. How many mod? 3. 3 is what? Odd. Sir has told me it must be a cone. Cone of which type? एक वैल्यू, दो वैल्यू, तीन वैल्यू, ऐसे. यहां पे which value will be there? First of all, I will write these values. X is equal to minus 2, x is equal to 3, and x is equal to 5. This is what? My number line. X is equal to 5. This is minima. X equal to 3, finished. This is x is equal to minus 2. This is x is equal to 5. Let me redraw this so that there is more clarity. And we have wonderful method with us which we can actually do well. So this is 2 3 5. Let us make a line like this. It is not, I'm not making a graph, I'm just making a rough sketch so that I can get my answer, my concepts are clear, I can get my answer and get away now. This is 2 3 5, and you can just put it like this. This is your fx. X is equal to minus 2, x is equal to 3, x is equal to 5. Where is the minima? Minima at x equal to 3. X equal to 3, what is f3? So simple. F3 is equal to, why 3 minima? Because between value. Minus 2 to 5, minus 2 is one end, 5 is other end, 3 is the in between value. Funnel, cone, minima, 1 minima. It is not bucket. Why it is not bucket? Because it is odd. Simple. F3 is equal to 0 plus 5 plus how much? 5 minus 3 is how much? 2. 5 plus 2 is how much? 7. 7 is the answer. 15 seconds, kids. What is the jugaad? What is the efficient method? If x has no coefficient, all coefficients are same, equal, 1, 1, 1, added, finished. Even, bucket. Odd, funnel. Next question. Last. This is for you to answer. Shivanshi, we have done cone shape. This is again a cone shape. Why cone shape? Because there are three values. Give me the answer. Write like this in number line. C, B, A. Where will be minima? At B. Like this, and then the slope will be higher because x will get added, 2x it will be. This is again 2x it will be, minus 2x it will be, so it will drop hugely. What is the minimum value? FB. Compute FB. FB is equal to b minus a plus 0 plus b minus c. Please remember, b is less than a and b is greater than c. If b is greater than c, b minus c will be equal to b minus c. But here the sign will change. It will be a minus b. So what will be my answer? A minus c. So simple. In last case also, uh, if you see 5 minus minus 2 is 7, 7 is the answer. In this case also it is a minus c. Understood? A minus C. That's a correct answer. Very good. Wonderful. That means you have got this jugaad method. So please remember, odd number of time mod is added, I'll get a funnel kind of a shape, cone kind of a shape. Even number of time it is added, we will get bucket as a shape. So keep on preparing. Start always having, your revision notes, your efficient methods, shortest methods, and all the very very best to you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this session. If you want to join our course, you can, these are the sessions which we are going to do. Second session we have done. Join me on 11th, which is Tuesday, for logarithms, and then we'll have trigonometry. We have 8 sessions lined up for you. You can also give our test series, or you can also join in our program, which is UG Sprint 2006. The scanner for you. Um, it will help a lot. That's what I can say. Uh, any questions if you have? Any questions if you have? Otherwise, I'll say bye bye. Uh, Good night. Keep on preparing. Solve questions. You can always do well. Nobody knows what they are going to ask, but our guesswork is that they will surely ask these type of questions, which is matrices and determinant functions, logs, so on and so forth. Okay. So this is the end of session for me. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, if you can call up inquiry, and you can always ask my number. My number is there with the there with those people. They can give you my number. You can always ask me for any kind of career help, guidance, or academic guidance, whichever you need. Thank you very much. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.